Hello and welcome back to Goblin Gaming. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that I had a little bit of trouble with at first in Passive Exile 2, and that is map sustainability. When I first started, I didn't realize a lot of things about mapping, and I found myself just oftentimes running out of maps altogether. And at a certain point, I'd bought out all the different things from this gentleman that you could buy from Doriani. And I was kind of at a wall. I was like, well, how do I get more maps? So I went on the trade website, I bought some maps that way, and then sometime later, I discovered quite a few things about mapping. I want to share just a couple quick tips with you guys today. If you're new to mapping, if you're new to Passive Exile, this might help you out and you climb up the tiers. The first thing, which is a really big thing, is each time you level, Doriani's going to get new maps that you can buy. I always buy out everything other than Waystone Tier 1, just so I have an extra supply of maps. But the much more important thing is that you can use some tools that you already have to get higher tier maps. For instance, if you're on map tier 5, but you only have 1, 2s, and 3s, you can come over to your stash and you can pull out all the lower tier maps that you have. So in this case, I'm just going to pull out all the ones that don't have the extra red design on them, because I know those are really low tier maps. So I'm just going to pull those at first to show you guys this. And you can actually kind of consolidate and upgrade your maps using a tool that you already have. And this will make it much, much easier to climb up the tiers. There are a couple nuances to this tool I'm going to kind of show you, but let's go ahead and take a look. If you come over to your reforging bench here, you click it, obviously. Start with your lowest tier map. So I'm going to take my tier 1s and I'm going to combine them. If I was off in number of tier 1s, I can just go over to Doriani and buy more if I want. If you had a ton of gold, you could just buy a crap ton of them and upgrade them. But I mean, it seems like a waste of money. You don't really need to do that. So, all right, I'm going to reforge those and it's going to upgrade it to a level 2. Now I can do the same thing with my level 2s, upgrade it to a level 3. Control click, by the way, to quick put them in and out. I assume everyone already knows this at that point, but I mean, for new POE 2 players, that might be a revelation. You never know. There we go. And we're up to tier 4, right? And then we just take all the tier 4s, we combine those together. We get tier 5s, take tier 5s. Oops, hold on. Not that one. Not that one, that one. Let me show you guys something here too. It actually looks like I've got some yellow tier 5s in here. Yep, there we go. It does keep the rarity that you put in. Now, if you mix and match your rarity, it doesn't. So for instance, I have 2 whites and then I have a blue. It does not guarantee that I'm going to get a blue out of it. It could be white or blue. It was white. Okay. But if I put in 3 yellows, I'm going to guarantee to get a tier 6 that is also yellow. So that's kind of cool if you happen to just start stumbling upon yellow maps. I just saved the yellow maps separate so I can upgrade them and eventually I'll get to the tier I want to get to, right? So that's that. And then I think that's most of my upgrades I can do. Oh, looks like I can do this one as well. Okay. And suddenly my pool of a ton of low level maps I don't need has produced some, higher level maps. And you can keep doing this. You can keep going up the ladder, so I could grab my tier 6s now and I could upgrade them to tier 7s and then grab my tier 7s, then upgrade them to tier 8, etc., until I run out. So that's one big thing with map sustainability. Another big thing is that you can actually, once you have a little bit of a supply of Exalted Orb currency going, you can go over to the currency exchange vendor, which is Alva, and you can go currency exchange. I would like alchemic orbs, orbs of alchemy, and I have exalted orbs. Now let's say I'll give up 4 exalted orbs, and I'm gonna get 12 alchemy orbs. And what I use those for is I just juice up my maps so that they have more categories on them. So for instance, right now I'm on tier 8, so let's grab a tier 8 map, and I just right click and drop it, and then suddenly my map is much better than it was for a single orb. You can also craft up with transmutation followed by augmentation followed by regal if you don't have alchemy orbs. Alchemy orbs do present us with 4 modifiers instead of 3. If you wanted to put more modifiers on it, you could do that with exalteds. I don't think that's probably worth it till you hit tier 15. I'm not doing that, but I have found that the alchemy orbs give me a lot more maps back than if I just did a transmutation, a augmentation, and a regal. So I've been doing that recently. It's really been helping out too. Another thing that's important with your map sustainability is your atlas tree. So let's look at my atlas tree. Right now, I have it built out like this, and it's pretty good. I've also built it where I went down below and then up above as well, but this seems much more efficient. So where I would go first is I would take this and go over to 20% increased quantity of waystones you find in your map. That's your first route that you want to grab. Your second route that you want to grab is down here to increase rarity of waystones. So now you're getting more waystones and they are more rare. These travel nodes in between is also going to be upgrading the rarity of items you find in your map, which is going to result in more currency orbs and such. So that's really good too. Then after you grab that, I would go over to this one, which is increase the number of rare monsters. This is going to help you generate more currency. So we're going to pop over and grab that. After you grab the rare monsters, you want to pop over and grab Lucky Pillage, which increases your quantity of items and rarity of items. This does also apply to the map drops you're getting. So by doing these 4 major cluster nodes, you're going to get a ton more maps than you did before. Okay, and then after you do that, you want to hop over here to Twin Threats, which is going to give you a duplicate rare monster each map. And usually it's like whatever the highest value monster is on that map, it's going to create 2 of them. So this is a really good way to get your currency rolling, to get more maps, that kind of thing. And then when you're on tier 8 like I am, my next step is going to be coming over here, increasing quantity of items again, quantity of items, quantity of items. And then I want to grab Treasure Coves, which is going to be giving me rare maps. And I also want to grab the High Road, which is going to give me chance of waystones being a tier higher. I think I'm going to grab the waystones a tier higher first, and then I'm going to grab the Treasure Coves. Okay? And the last one down here, you could grab that, but I'm going to skip it, and I'm going to come up here and grab increased number of monsters in packs, hop over here to local knowledge so I can target farm certain things, and then I'm gonna hop over here to precursor tablets so I can get better precursor tablets. So that's my strategy. It's been working out a lot better. Originally, I started going down and doing this and then going up here because I saw a guy that suggested it, and I just could not sustain my map. This way has definitely made it so I could sustain my maps a lot better in combination with the reforging tech that I mentioned earlier. This may be common knowledge for a lot of POE veterans, but as a new POE 2 player, there was zero info of this in the game, and this was all like revolutionized my progress. I was stuck on tier 4 and 5 maps for like 2 weeks because I didn't realize you could do any of this. So hoping this helps someone out there. If it did, like, favorite, share, subscribe. I'm going to do a lot more of these little guides, and I'm going to put them together into kind of a compendium thing. Hopefully it helps out new players, and heck, maybe even veterans, but probably just new players. But there's a lot of stuff to learn in this game. So I've really enjoyed learning what I've learned, and I hope to share more info with you guys soon. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you want more info like this, leave a comment down below. Hey, if you got other tips for map sustainability, you got other things that you think would help out others, please leave it down in the comments. Maybe I'll include it in the next video. Thanks, y'all.